106. I'm Bryhana. I'm very excited today. I have a special guest, Chloe. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling overall? Like, what is this energy like?
This energy is excitement, anxiousness,
yes,
fear, and happiness.
Yeah.
All in one.
Why the fear though? I feel like this is like long awaited.
Because I'm letting people see all of me.
Yes.
You know, when they listen to this album.
I love the visuals, so I love the cover art. I love the fact that you're holding, is this supposed to be your heart? Or?
Yes, it's supposed to be my heart.
Mm-hmm. So I saw too on Instagram, you put, for ones like me that wear their outer shell so well that you have no idea what they're going through, hope this project heals you.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that healing process for yourself.
I think there's so many of us who wear our masks so well, and you would never know what any of us in this room are going through.
Yeah.
And that's who I want this album to be for. It's okay to say when we're not feeling okay. It's okay to have bad days along with the good ones. And there's strength in that, you know? And instead of me feeling like people seeing the cracks in my heart from being broken time and time again were flaws, it's actually things that just make me an even better human being.
Yeah. How do you feel like you got to the point that you're at now? Because you said you went through so much. I mean, was it like around 2019 or so during the pandemic? So how did you get through that time, really?
I'm still a work in progress.
Okay.
But to know how much I have grown the past 3 years, I couldn't do it on my own. God, lots of prayer, my godmom, my sister, and my brothers, and just trusting and music. Music literally saved me just as much. And it was therapy for me. And I feel like we all need an outlet.
Yeah.
And this was mine.
Okay.
And I think another reason why I'm nervous for this body of work to come out is because to everyone, whether they know it or not, if they affected me in some way, positively or negatively, they'll be hearing this music, and I'm sure specific ones will know who exactly I'm talking about.
Wow.
So I think that's a little bit why there's strength and nervousness in that, because yes, it's my debut album and the world will hear who Chloe is as an artist. And it's also me getting a lot of things off my chest personally.
Yeah, and we're so excited to hear this. I know I am. I know Beyonce has her beehive. So who do you have? What would you call your fans?
I have the Clovers and the Sirens and the Dalians.
So I will call myself a Clover then, because I absolutely love your music.
Thank you.
I'm super excited to hear this project. I know we heard the record with Chris Brown.
Yes.
Amazing. They look amazing.
Thank you.
How did that, collaboration come about between you and Chris?
Yes. So I had a session with Hitmaker.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of him as a producer. So I was excited. I was in the session. He was playing me a few songs, but the first one that he played me that really stuck out was How Does It Feel?
Yeah.
And it had Chris's vocals on there. And I was like, wow. And I kept going back to that one, having him play that one. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to cut this today. And I don't think I really doubted our tones sounding nice together, because Chris and I virtually worked on a record, the Games record, that was on his latest album. So I knew when I was cutting my background to his voice, I knew our voices would blend nicely together. But it just felt so magical on this track. And actually meeting him on set, he was so kind, and we were laughing and having fun. It just felt really great. And he's such an incredible performer, and I can't wait to perform this record. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I talked about on the radio just how beautiful both of your voices sound together. And
Thank you.
It really upset me. And I talked about it to our listeners, like seeing the backlash that you got from that record and having Chris on there. How do you deal with moments like that?
How I deal with moments like that, I just let the music speak for itself.
Yeah.
Once the song came out, people enjoyed it. So
yeah. And I was
that's what
definitely
I
one
just
of them.
continue to do.
Yeah. And Missy Elliot is on the album. I'm so excited to hear both of you queens on there. So how long did that process take as far as like getting her on the album?
Yes. So I am the biggest Missy Elliot fan.
Yeah.
I love her as a human being. I am inspired by her, by a fellow female producer and a fellow Cancerin.
Yep.
And around Grammy weekend, I got the call to perform for her tribute for the Black Music Collective that weekend for Grammy weekend that Grammys were putting on. And I said, absolutely. And her manager ended up telling us that I was on her wish list of people that she would hope would perform for her for that. But I was a secret, a surprise. So I was like, oh my goodness. I was performing 1 in a Million and 1 Minute Man, a medley of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put myself into it. Yeah. I stayed up from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. to finish cutting the harmonies that morning of.
Man.
And I was like, I'm going to make this my own. And when she sees me on stage, she'll know that I'm a product of someone who's been inspired by her.
Wow.
And all the hard work she's put in. So I think this was a tribute that I was excited about the most. So after, when I got to hug her, I just told her how much she meant to me and how much she inspired me. And I meant every freaking syllable.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, like 2 days later, I was listening to the mixes of the record. And I looked at my godmom who manages me, and I was like, man, Missy Elliot would sound great on Told Ya. She gave me the eye, and the rest is history.
Wow, I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to see the visuals. Like, do you think that there's going to be some dancing involved? Do you have an idea of what's going to be in it?
Absolutely. Missy Elliot has full creative control and reign.
Yeah, okay.
She can tell me what to do. She can teach me the steps.
I love it. We can't wait. And I know both you and Future are from Atlanta.
Yes.
So he's also on the album.
Yes,
Talk
he
to
is.
me about
Shout
that,
out to
have
him.
another Atlanta native on the album.
Yes, this has been one of my favorite songs for a while. Even when the project's track list was completely flipped over and completely different, Cheat Back was a strong contender the whole time.
That's awesome.
And I love how much of a toxic love song it is. It's like sonically, it's so soft and sweet, but when you actually take a listen to what I'm saying, it's quite gangsta. And I love how I tell the female perspective and the female side, but at the same time, I didn't want guys to feel like we were bashing them. So
that's nice of you to think of them.
You know, I feel like there's always two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. And Future couldn't have been more perfect on this record. He sounds awesome. I know his verse verbatim. And I felt like he was voicing the guy's side of this. And Cheat Back is about, I warned you the first time, don't do it again. Your significant other did cheat, and it's like, instead of me crying and raising hell, I'm just going to cheat back. And let's see how that'll make you feel.
Oh my gosh. And this is coming from you. I feel like you're just such a bubbly person. So to see, I was talking to everybody earlier before you came in. I'm like, I feel like Chloe has like this alter ego when you perform. Like
I kind of do.
Beyonce with a Sasha, Fierce.
It's like the person that I've always wanted to be. That's who I am on stage.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you do so much between, you're performing, you're acting, you're a producer, and watching you play these roles and turn into this completely different character is so incredible. When I watched Swarm, I was like, this girl's done it again. She's literally done it again. I'm so proud of you, so excited.
Thank you.
And take me with you through that process when you got the call to work with Donald Glover and him writing and doing all that process. So like, what was that like when you found out that?
Yes, so shout out to him and Janine Neighbors for creating the show.
Yeah.
I remember I got the email from my agents, and it said Untitled Donald Glover Project. Now, I'm sure if people do their research and look at past interviews, I'm always talking about Donald Glover. And it's crazy because I think in 2018 on my vision board, I printed out a photo of him right next to a script.
Wow.
So it's crazy how things in my life always have a full circle moment.
Yeah.
So when I was like, yeah, of course I'm interested, they were like, okay, you'll get on Zoom with Donald and Janine, watch The Piano Teacher and, brush up on Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I already watched Atlanta. So I was like, okay, what's The Piano Teacher? I had no idea. I bought it online, and boy, was I in for a ride. I did not know it was a psychological thriller. Yeah. It starts off like a beautifully, French film, like a beautiful French film.
Yeah.
And then it has its twists and turns. So I finished watching that. I said, oh, what is this going to be? They already had my attention by the Donald Glover name on it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So after we spoke about it, then they're like, okay, we're going to send you the script. I had no idea what it was about. I read the first episode, and I was left in tears. My mouth was like, and I said yes, just off of reading that one. Because I saw so much of Chloe within Marissa. And that side of me that is present in Marissa, I think is present in a lot of us. And it's what motivated me to write in pieces and to be honest, because sometimes the brightest people in the room with the biggest smiles, they're the ones going through the most pain, and you'll never know because they wear it so well.
That's why it took such a turn. I'm like, really? Like, she really did that to herself just because of a man? You know, you never know what people are going through. And I feel like with that character as well, like, she was there for her sister. She was there for herself and her relationship. And then one thing happens to another, and then she's no longer there. So
I think, you know, the parallel between Marissa and Dre, shout out to Dom for playing Dre. She did a fantastic job. She did great. Dom, with her getting her emotional outlet, it was killing other people. Marissa's was self-inflicted. Okay. And I think, you know, it really wasn't about Khalid as why she did it. It was because she put such weight and dependency on that person for her happiness. So when you put happiness on other things outside of yourself, that's when things like that can happen. And these past 3 years have been me soul searching and finding, okay, what makes Chloe happy? You know, I put a lot of my self-worth and my validation in my work and who I am in my career, because ever since I was a little girl, it was like work, 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 work. And now I'm like, okay, who is Chloe as a human being? I want to be proud of myself and my heart and my character and how I give back and how I love and things of that nature.
Who would you say Chloe is now?
Chloe? I feel like if there's a motto that describes Chloe right now, it's don't take my kindness for weakness.
Wow.
I have found my strength in my voice. And it's a lot harder to screw me over because I've been paying attention more. I've become wiser. I still got a lot to learn. But I've become smarter. I am looking out for myself now.
What would you tell your fans who, you know, as you were going through that healing process, those who are struggling with that right now, you know, besides listening to the album, what advice would you personally want to say to them?
The healing process doesn't stop just because you feel like you're in a better place now. It's constant. I feel like it'll keep going until we transition. The advice I'd have to give, find your support system, because we can't do this alone. It's really hard trying to. I think therapy is amazing. I think we all should be in therapy. And find an outlet, creative outlet, where you can get your emotions out. Music was mine. And yeah, that's what I'd have to say. I really don't have all the answers because it's from person by person, but that's what helped me. Prayer helped me, being around the ones I love, my sister, my godmom, my kitten Apollo.
Oh, that's so cute.
And yeah, that's what I'd have to say. And to take it day by day. Don't put pressure on yourself to be perfect and good all the time. We put so much pressure on ourselves when we don't want to admit that, hey, maybe I am having a shitty day. It's okay to say that. It's okay to admit that, but it's what you do with it.
And it's okay to feel that. You know, a lot of people just feel like they just got to keep going through it. And it's okay to feel it and, you know, keep pushing through. So I think that's important.
And it's a work in progress. Like even me saying all that now, I'm still a work in progress.
We all are. So in Swarm, I know in the movie, you know, she was kind of like just a really geeked up, like excited fan. So have you had that crazy fan moment yet in your career?
Me as a fan? Have I had that moment?
You
because
as a fan,
I fangirl all the time.
Actual fans for you, like,
You know, have I? I've had a few. But I'm protected by the blood of Jesus.
Amen to that. But who do you fan out over? I'm sure, like, even within your career and where you are now, like, do you still get excited? Maybe going to shows or someone in particular?
Absolutely.
I saw recently you went to go see Usher, so that's
Yes,
amazing.
I fangirled. He came and gave me a hug while he was singing. I fangirled. I still fangirl over B. I fangirled over Bryhana when I saw her at the Gold Party. She looked so stunning. Who else did I recently fangirl?
She's fangirling right now. I love it.
You know, I have such a great appreciation for other people within the arts, because if they're at the level that they're at, I know they've gone through a million times harder trials than I have.
Yeah.
You know, just getting here. So it's like, it's an admiration. It's like wow, I want to be there. I want to do that. How did you do it?
Yeah.
I'm in awe of you. How do you do that?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like for me.
And you have so many people who feel that way about yourself. I feel like
crazy.
Every time I go to your Instagram, I'm like, this girl is just doing one thing after another. How do you do it all? Yeah. How do you make time for all of those things?
I have to make time.
Yeah.
And sometimes no sleep. But I really love what I do. So I just keep it pushing, and I'm like, whenever anything feels overwhelming, I'm like, this is what I've been praying for, and my prayers got answered.
Yeah, and manifesting, for sure.
I'm good.
Vision boards do help, so
they do.
I'm glad you shared that with us, because I've done it as well, and it really does. Yeah. On this album, was there anybody in particular that didn't make the cut?
Feature-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, there's this really great interlude that I think I want to save for another project.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a potentially a deluxe coming, do you think, or just, we don't know? It's all surprises. No, but this is really exciting. What do you want your fans to feel when listening to this body of work?
I want them to feel heard.
Okay.
I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel less alone. And that's how I want them to feel.
Yeah.
I want this body of work to make them feel like how Caged Bird by Alicia Keys made me feel.
Oof. Yes.
Because it made me feel seen and heard. And it gave a voice to something that I was afraid to say myself.
And now that you are a solo artist, is this nerve-wracking for you?
Oh, hell yeah. I can't look next to me to see my sister if I'm on stage. I can't look at her when I'm tired to have her sing the next note.
Wow.
It's all on me.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's a lot of anxiety, but just also excitement.
Yes.
That comes through.
And anytime I'm on the stage or I have a music video shoot,
yeah,
I remember little Chloe in her bedroom with the stereo blasting and me doing full out choreography in the mirror.
Wow.
And it's crazy to think that that girl's dreams are coming true.
What would you tell that younger Chloe?
I would tell her, believe in yourself sooner. Yeah, God wouldn't place his gift inside of you if it was just meant to be hidden in a corner.
Absolutely. Do you feel like when you were younger, that's what you were doing?
To myself, yes. Because I didn't believe in myself.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Wow. And now look at where you're at. I mean, this is crazy. I once saw you like on YouTube, you know, and now you performing at all these stages and having your own body of work finally out in the world. It's so exciting, and it's already coming up March 31st, right? Correct? March 31st on Friday. What are you going to be doing when the album drops? Like, are you going to have a party, a celebration? Who's going to be there?
We're doing like a mini release celebration thing.
Yeah.
I think on album day I'll be on a plane.
Okay. She's like,
but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on my headphones.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on my phone, and I'm going to actually listen to it now on a DSP.
Ooh.
As opposed to as a rough demo in iMessage or my notes.
Let's go. I'm excited.
That's going to be cool.
Has Beyonce been able to listen to it with you or by herself? And what's her feedback like?
Yeah, she had it like months and months ago. And she gave me her notes, and they made the songs better.
Yes.
And I hope she's proud of it too, like I am.
Do you still get nervous when you know, just ask for her guidance, and especially with music and things like that?
Yes. I still fangirl. I respect her opinion so much.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her and what she did, I wouldn't have been able to be like, oh, a girl like me can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I was 4.5, 5 years old at this concert where she was performing, Alicia Keys, Missy Elliot was performing. Wow, that's crazy. 3 of my biggest inspirations. Wow. And I had the Dangerously in Love binoculars from the nosebleed seats.
Wow.
And as a little girl there, I was like, I said out loud, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
And you still have those pictures, I'm sure. Did you take pictures?
I'm sure I have the pictures somewhere. I have the binoculars somewhere.
Wow.
They'll come up every time we move.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
But you know, the little frame is out of them now.
Yeah. Back in the day. Was there anything that we didn't touch on? I feel like we've covered so much, and I'm really excited to hear this album.
Thank you.
March 31st, it's going down. Is there anything that you want to tell your fans that we didn't get a chance to cover?
Body Do, I dropped a little early for the fans because they were excited about that one. So that's out now.
Let's go.
A week ahead of the record.
Yes.
So I hope they like what they hear. It's like a little teaser taste.
And do you still get excited seeing all your videos, like people like dancing to them on TikTok? Everyone is having such a good time when they listen to your music. I'm sure that makes you just feel so good.
It does make me feel really good because I love to dance, and I'm happy that the music I'm making is letting people express themselves and dance. And just because In Pieces is like a vulnerable body of work, there are some danceable bops on there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, we can dance the pain away.
Yeah. I mean, I love seeing everything from your dance moves, the makeup, the hair. You always switch it up. I'm like, what's going to be next? What color do we have in mind?
Right? I've had my locks since I was 3.
Yeah.
And I'm 24 now, almost 25.
Wow.
So I don't think I'll ever get rid of my locks, but I want to switch it up sometime. So I think that's why people are on the journey with me as I'm experimenting a lot.
Yeah. And hair is, I just feel like, so important, especially to us as women. And why do you feel like it's important for you to keep your locks?
Well, I feel like it's all a personal journey. I'll tell you the reason why I want to keep my locks.
Yeah.
My hair is quite stubborn, and I feel like this is the only way I can manage it properly.
Right.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And there's days I want to put a lace front on and have fun and play.
Yeah.
I feel like it's our body, it's our hair, it's our face. We can do whatever makes us happy with it.
There we go.
So whether we want to have the bust down, whether we want to have the natural afro.
The big chop.
Exactly. I'm down with it all.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, we know what our soul needs.
And you literally can do any and everything with your hair. You still look good no matter what. I love it. I love it. All right, so March 31st is going down, your album. Super excited for it. We got more stuff on the way that Chloe won't tell us. Possible features from who knows who. But anyways, I'm really excited for you, and thank you so much for joining me at Power 106.
Thank you.